the people podcast of the DMV. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we, and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z, PTP. I took us right out because we were running behind. It was every Monday, every Wednesday. Let's talk about it Wednesday. That's what it's all about. What are we talking about today? We're talking about the Alabama Brawl again. And the title is Wrong or Right. Wrong or Right. So why even go there? But before I go any further, I have to talk about something that's so fantastic. We just got the complimentary magazine, Start Healthy, by this is the magazine by Rachel Pope, the queen. Yes, this is her magazine. You can purchase it now. You can advertise in it. As you see, we are advertising in there. Man, I'm excited about this. It's all about the health and information. Who is that beautiful woman right there? That's Rachel Pope, the queen of the DMV, one of the queens of the DMV anyway, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so she has a magazine that's out. You got to get in touch with us on how to purchase it. It's only $10. I mean, and it's if I remember correctly, you can scan to go to the website and be a subscriber. We're going to be getting the information. I'm going to be talking about this on a regular. We're talking about the magazine by Rachel Pope. This is Start Healthy, and compliments of Rachel Pope. Man, I'm so proud of her and what she's doing. This lady has been doing so much for the community, moving forward and just getting people going. And that's what we do. You know, we trying to get healthy. We trying to be wise, get the right information. And all I can just tell you is that as I've been looking through the magazine, it was just some interesting stuff in here. Chewing chocolate chips, granola bars. I guess it was talking about granola bars are such easy and tasty snacks and lunchbox staples, but they often have a long list of ingredients, including a lot of sugar. So when you're talking about some of the things that you're going to be learning in this book, I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be talking about your health. It's going to be talking about, where they say your health is your wealth. That's what this magazine is about. It's about being wealthy with your health. And I'm telling you, you definitely want to make sure that you get this magazine. I'm telling you, Rachel, Queen Rachel, we got Queen Rachel in the house. Can you put on there how they can get the magazine, Queen Rachel? Please put that information in there. I'm going to just keep it moving. It's so much been going on. And what was the funniest thing? I had an experience yesterday that was so amazing. We went to a place to get some ice cream. Shout out to Jenny's in Old Town Alexandria. We went to get some ice cream. We love the ice cream over there. That's one of them, what they call them, one of them plugs you giving out. Man, yo, I'm telling you, straight up. So we were standing in line, my wife and I. And I believe, I just was watching the energy because all over the news and everything and all over the weekend, they was talking about the Alabama Brawl that was taking place. And one of the things that I was thinking about was how people were responding to it. So I was just following up on it, and I was paying attention what people were talking about. And what was so funny, so it was some white and black in line, and these three white ladies walked up behind me, and automatically, my wife was standing there. One of them, she just smiled at me, politely. And then while we were standing in line, another one picked up, started a conversation with me first. Even though my wife was there, it wasn't disrespectful. It just started a conversation. And it was so funny. I was like, man, I know they heard about what went on in Alabama. And this is what I got out of that. I told my wife when I got in the car, I said, those three white ladies was trying to say, yo, we ain't got no problem with you. We don't have no problem with your skin. We don't have no problem with it. You know what I mean? And it was just a good feeling standing in there. Here we in 2023, and I saw that. Now, don't get me wrong, I was offended about what happened down in Alabama, but I want to talk about right and wrong. Okay, so do we condone fighting? No, we don't. On my flyer, it even states what's different about this fight. What's different about this fight? Some white folks started it, and it was publicized and people could see it. It was blatant and they saw it. It wasn't a whole group of black people starting something. It was a whole group of black people that ended it. But and it was a lot of right and wrong through this whole process. One of the things that I had noticed, but what I really got out of it is, where are we today? Are we looking for things like this? Are we looking to be excited about seeing people fighting and hurting each other, whether they black or white? Or white on white, black on black, Hispanic, Indian, Puerto Rican, Chinese, whatever. Is that what excites us in this day and time? Are we really looking to find some peace and love and joy? And so when we talk about this, I'm talking about what happened in Alabama. I had never really paid attention to the history of that place. They called it the Dirty South, and it was called the Dirty South for a reason. And it had a lot to do with that, in that area. That was the place where a lot of slaves were brought in and sold, and they were treated just tremendously bad. Okay. So the more I thought about this, I was wondering, I was like, at one point when I was watching the young boys swimming, man, I was all pumped up and everything. I was like, go get in there, man. Help them. And I was proud about that part. I was proud to see my people come to the rescue to another black man who needed help. But I was also offended. I was offended in several ways. I was offended that that the white folks had the audacity, and more so the women. That's the real thing that got me when I saw that the women was in there kicking and fighting before all the other black people got involved. Wrong or right? This is my topic today: the brawl in Alabama. Wrong or right? What inspired those women to feel so comfortable to kick and jump on that black guy? Okay, now we looking from both sides, and I thought about it. I said, man, it got to be this little fuel that's still flaming up in people. It's still flaming up in people, and that's not good. That's not good. And yes, we was happy to see that brother get help. We was happy to see them come through for him, and I was. Because if I had been there, I probably would have done the same thing. I'd have jumped in there too and helped them. I would have said, y'all gonna get off this brother. Just my nature. But if I had saw some brothers jumping on a white man and I saw that it was unfit and uncalled for, I would have spoke up as well. That's me. I don't know nobody else, but I would have spoke up, because I don't believe in violence like that. And I don't think that it's going to solve anything for us to be coming out fighting and hurting each other. And so what we got to look at is what's happening. Now, what's different about this fight also? What's different? The media not running it into the ground. Do you remember when the young boy, he shot somebody, and this in Washington, D.C., and they was looking for this young guy, and they talked about it all week. They was calling him by his little nickname, Babyface or whatever it was, and they were just putting this all over the air, and it was, I got so tired of it, I didn't even want to hear about it anymore. And I was like, man, check this out. But because it was a black kid, they advertised it over and over and over and over and over. Now, when we see this situation, what's different about this one was it was some white folks that started it. And so in this country, anytime something is done on the side of white people that doesn't look right, they don't push it too far. They're gonna cover it up. I don't care, like with when we had Bill Cosby and Mike Tyson's and R. Kelly get all charged for different things. Man, they run it in the ground. But we had Elvis Presley that was just as bad as R. Kelly, because when he married the girl, she was a teenager. We had I forget that producer that raised the little Asian girl, and then he ended up marrying her. Okay, so that means he was tampering with her ever since she was a little girl. And we had all these individuals, but they don't keep talking about this, and all that wasn't drawn out. So where are we? What I want to see is us really bring it to the forefront about the elephant in the room that we talked about on the Monday program. If you go back and check that out, you can go to YouTube. Please go on YouTube and subscribe, hit like and share. Let me know you care. Let me know that we're moving forward. Um, it was just something that I thought that was really just it was amazing. I said, damn, they're not really showing this too much. You know why? Because it was a lot that they didn't want people to see. They didn't want to let a lot of people see the negative activity of some white people who felt they had white privileges. Now, I went and I also was watching all this stuff on YouTube, and I was telling you, man, I was so tickled because I saw quite a few white people that got on there, and they was like, they was speaking truth. They were supporting the fact that the black people came in and helped that brother. They were saying that the white folks was wrong, and it felt good to see that it wasn't just black people out here saying, "Hey, look, we got a chance to fight, and we didn't start it." We got to think about that. Wrong or right? What's right about it? Really? Is it the fact that it was black and white? Or is it the fact that it was a fight? The violence of it doesn't have color. The violence of it is not something that we should be talking about on a level that we are so excited about it. Whether it's black or white, we got to really get to a point to address these issues and bring it to the forefront, dealing with the elephant in the room. That was my topic on Monday, on Motivation Monday, the elephant in the room. Go back and check it out. Go back and check it out. Real powerful. Go on YouTube. You can check it out. People with Rodney Grimes. Please go in there, subscribe, hit like, share. Let's let people know we doing it down here in the DMV too. But I want to talk about that because the more I thought about it, it was a sad situation for me that I realized that we have yet come to a level of appreciating just the love and kindness of one another, the joy of being able to be in the same area. Yes, down there, that was a historic place that the history of it is not too good for my people, who they were treating like animals and selling them and marching them up the streets and putting them in cages and strapping things around their neck. I don't want to be talking about that. No, I really don't. And I don't want no other race trying to make me seem like I'm less than or I ever was. We all are human beings. We all are human beings. And when we look at it, we got to ask ourselves, wrong or right? That's my question. Wrong or right? When we as a people in this country, and I'm talking about black and white, Asian or whatever, we got to get to a point where when we see a situation, let's address it to a point where we are really dealing with the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is the fact that there's a racial issue, but guess what? Sometimes you can get it in both areas. Man, we got white people out here, man, that was out here running around raping kids and molesting them and shooting up schools and all that stuff. And we got black people out here going into the neighborhoods, breaking in their own family homes and shooting up each other. And we can go back and forth, wrong or right. Wrong or right. Let us really look at what we are. What happened in Alabama? Yo, it ain't the first time that happened. It's just the first time that it was blatant that some white people just got out there in 2023 and thought they could get away with jumping on a black guy and wasn't nothing going to happen. That's what that was. Wrong or right. The elephant in the room. We still got some white folks that think they got privilege, white privilege. We already know what goes on in this country. Everybody try to play like they don't see it. But when we address it and talk about it and let it know that it's not good to be separated in an area where we are feeling like because of the color of our skin that we're not going to have equal opportunity. Now, let me go back to being at the ice cream parlor place yesterday when it was more white people in there than it was black. And now in my area where I grew up at, it's a lot of black people, but we got a lot of white folks too. And I grew up right outside of Washington, D.C. And let me tell you something. At one time, it was called Chocolate City. But let me tell you what happened. When that lady, they walked up, I kept the Alabama thing in my head. And I was laughing. I was saying, how many of these white folks are thinking right now, man, what happened yesterday was wrong. So when the three ladies walked up beside me, and the two that got directly behind me, they didn't smile or anything. But the third one, she came up and all three of them was together. She looked at me and she smiled, and she gave me a gentle smile. She gave me a pleasant smile. And I smiled back. And then, nothing was said. And then when we were still waiting in line. And then when we got inside the ice cream parlor, one of the ladies who was with her, she said, "What kind of ice cream you getting?" To me. And then we started just having a nice conversation. And then all three of them was talking with me and my wife. And it was so pleasant. It was so pleasant. But now let me tell you what was floating around in my mind. The brawl in Alabama. The brawl in Alabama wasn't nothing pleasant to be floating around in my mind as well. But the conversation of us having this conversation, just getting ready to get some ice cream was. And I pondered this so much, and I was trying to figure out, what do I do? Me as an individual, what do I do to make it better? If we're going to talk about things, sometimes you got to find a way to make it better yourself. You have to start within you. Anything that we do, you can't look at another person and pass judgment on them. And let me say this again. When I saw that young boy had dived in the water and he was swimming over there, I was like, go, brother, go, 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 go. The purpose of that is because what I saw when the man was getting beat, I didn't like it. It wasn't so much that he was just a black man. He was a human being. That was more important to me. That was more important than anything. What came out of it was the shades and colors of the skin. Have you ever seen some black people jump another black person? Have you ever seen some white people jump another white person? Did you get the same feeling? Wrong or right? Think about it. Sometimes we are taking and blow it all out of proportion. And sometimes when we should blow it out of proportion, we don't. Sometimes we try to sweep it up under the rug and make like, oh, it's nothing. But let me tell you something. We got to change the way we see things. Deal with the truth. What happened over there in Alabama, that was something that needed to be done. When I say that, meaning when them white people, because it was men and women, jumped on that black guy, those black folks did the right thing to come to his rescue. But you know something what should have happened as well? It should have been a lot of other white folks to say, hey, right there on the spot, yo, don't do that. And to run down to the police. Now, let me tell you something, wrong or right. I'm going to tell you something. If you go back and look at everything, I'm going to tell you when we talk about this, I'm going to show you how messed up it is with us in this country. White privilege. The police was running down there, and the police was going after the black people first. Look at it, you'll see it. They was kind of directing to the black people first. The only reason why they started going to the white people, because a lot of those black people who was videoing it, they said, I got the footage. They started it. They jumped on my man. They literally was getting ready to arrest the guy who got jumped. They was going after him. And they made sure that they put handcuffs on the brothers, man. They was grabbing the brothers immediately. They was going back and getting some of them white folks, right or wrong. The problem is, again, in this country, we have a way of going about doing things that's not right. The wrong part of it is it's on all of us. Because those black police, I think I saw a couple of white ones, but I saw more black police than I did see white ones. And they right off the bat, they weren't even going after the white people who started it until everybody was saying it. And they were saying it over and over and over. When they immediately came down there, you'll watch them, they didn't know who to grab because they wanted to make sure that they didn't grab none of them white folks and get in no trouble. White privilege, right or wrong. I'm just keeping it real. This is not about to make anybody feel bad. I'm talking about speaking truth. We said this is what the People to People podcast is about your choice and your voice. Let's speak the truth. Right or wrong? Was it right for them to fight? No. It's never right to fight, not unless you're protecting your family, you're protecting your country. You know something, even then, if we can negotiate, why not do it peacefully? Where we are right now, people are looking at it and they're talking about it, man, and people are making a spectacle out of the situation of a person getting hit with a chair. What is that if that was a black woman and a white man hit her with a chair? How would you, would we would say, hey man, boy, man, that was amazing? Would we? I saw something on YouTube also the other day where this black girl was leaning up against a wall, and this white guy, obviously he must thought he was can whoop her, so he ran up on the black girl and started fighting her, and the black girl jacked him up, body slammed him, and was stomping him and whooped his behind. A white guy, right? A white guy. Now it was advertised a little bit, but ain't nobody really talk about that. They didn't talk about that because when we come out on top, when we come out and we can show that people of different races are in the wrong, right or wrong, a lot of times they downplay it. Now, what I want us to think about: when is it that we take the responsibility for our actions? When is it that we start to say, hey, enough is enough? I don't want to be fighting in this country because I'm black and you white. I don't want it to ever come to that. Would I fight? I'll fight for my life. I'll fight for my rights. I'll fight to protect my family. But I'm not going to fight just because of the color of your skin. I don't want it to ever come to that. And what happened right there, they should have been new. We should have had a lot of people, even from in a politician type way, should have been addressing and saying, hey, this is not where we want to go in this country. We should have people standing up and saying, what we want to do is put ourselves in a position where we're going to be a blessing to one another and not out here trying to smash each other's head in and choke each other and poke each other's eyes out and throw people in the water and stomping and kicking people. 8 people jumping on one person, and let alone to put us in a position where women see some men brawling and they feel comfortable enough to jump in and kick and stomp individuals when they know that they can't do that by themselves. Right or wrong? I just wanted to share that with you. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I'm just speaking truth. Sometimes, man, you got to deal with the elephant in the room. That was the topic for Monday. So go back and check that out, please. Go back on YouTube, put in People to People with Rodney Grimes. Check it out. If you haven't subscribed, also go in there and subscribe and hit like. Come on, let's make this thing happen, because guess what? We are moving in the direction to make a difference in this community area where we are. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to keep pounding around. As long as I got one person to tune in, I'm going to keep coming. I'm going to keep speaking the truth. I'm going to keep supporting things just like this magazine that we got, that Rachel Pope has put out, that's going to be talking about our health and how we be. It says start healthy. Yo, it says refresh frame. Oh, no, it's refresh fan favorites. Okay. This got recipes and all kind of things in there. I'm just so excited about this magazine as well. Look at Rachel. Look at my girl. Look at the queen. Oh man, Rachel, I'm so proud of you, baby. I'm so proud of you. Again, I just had to throw that plug back in there. But it's all about what we are today. We talking about the brawl in Alabama. Was it right? Was it wrong? Where are we now? What are we going to do about it? And I want to see what they're going to do as far as like the criminal charges. I saw one of the white guys, man, they whooped his behind, right? Did he deserve it? Really? I'm telling you. Was he one of the individuals that came down, was trying to break the fight up, or was he one of them that was involved in it? And also, the other thing is this. We talk about, I'm not trying to say that brother was wrong. That brother was doing his job. What was the conversation that took place that even got it to escalate to a point where we'll say, you know what, it's necessary for us to put our hands on one another. What's up, Joe McCoy? How you doing, my brother? Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday to you, my brother. Peace and blessings to you, man. That's right. I missed it the other day to say happy birthday to you. Much love and respect, my brother. I hope all is well. So, our topic today, hey, right or wrong, the Alabama brawl, right or wrong. It's all about, your perspective and how you go about things. I thought about this and I talked about this the other day. Y'all got to excuse me because my wife had put some apple pie and ice cream in my ice cream melted, so I just want to eat a little bit. Okay. Mm, mm, excuse me. But I'm just telling you, right or wrong, how do we deal with this? And we got to think about the actions. We don't want it to go to some point where we start to be an advocate for any type of violence. What we want to do is get to a point where we can actually have it that the government and our community leaders and just the parents at home, we get to a point where we start to really, really talk about living. So many people are dying. So many people here, they say the longer you live, the more people you're going to see die. And I start to understand that now because I'm seeing so many people dying my age. And when I think about this, I don't want to die worrying about the color of my skin and how, if I got to tiptoe around with different people. I don't want to die and live life like that. I want to enjoy it. I want to see where, um, people around me are joyful. Let me share y'all something, right or wrong, okay? This is here. We're talking about the Alabama Brawl. And it made me think about something, okay? So I have and I'm gonna keep it real. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, or they don't get mad. But I have a daughter-in-law that's white. So I have a grandson that's white, and sometimes when she's sitting around, we start talking about how black people are treated. And every now and then I'll look over at her, and I can see a look on her face, and I can see that she starts to get uncomfortable. And so a few days ago, I asked her about it, and she acknowledged to me that a lot of times it do make her uncomfortable. We love her so much, but the real elephant in the room is that there's a lot of hatred among black and white people, and a lot of it is the older people who have come from that past where they think that they have the right to treat people any kind of way, or they want to keep all the riches for them. They don't want to see other people advance, and a lot of them are holding positions where they have something to do with lawmaking and judging and so forth and so on. We've been seeing over the years, now we're getting more black judges, we get more black lawyers, we get more individuals from different ethnic backgrounds in position where they have authority. But you know something? Not all the time is that what really makes it count. It's not all the time is that gonna make it right. We have a lot of black on black crime. We have a lot of things that we gotta focus on that's important. And we got to make sure that I watched another podcast and the lady, she was real kind of aggressive with, yeah, man, we was showing them, we was fighting them. Man, that brother that was swimming over there, man, we need 1,000 of him. We need 1,000 of loving people. We need 1,000 of people in office that's going to say, yo, discrimination is wrong, that we don't need to be brawling and taking advantage of situations. Now, I'm going to tell you this, what I truly believe from my heart. I believe that was a white guard. I don't think them white people would have jumped on him. I don't think so. I really believe that with all my heart. I don't think they would have did that. I think that because he was black, that they did felt comfortable enough to put their hands on the guy. You saw it. That white guy hit him first. The other white boy or whatever he was, you want to call him boy, man, or whatever, he came running down, the one that was in some red shorts. He came down like he was one of them cage fighters trying to throw elbows and knees all at the same time. And then the white lady that was in the lime green, she was also going at him and kicking and all this. And they had the guy down on the ground, and it wasn't like the guy was beating the one white guy up like that. They should have let him have it one-on-one so they could see if the white guy who started it could handle it his own. They didn't let it get to that far. But see, when we look at it and we think about it, we got to think about where we are as a people. The dirty South, let me tell you something. I know a lot of y'all walking around there, but let me tell you something. You still got some crazy undercover people that do some dirty stuff and won't do it right out in the open. Don't celebrate. Don't celebrate, violence. Let us talk about moving forward. That's what I like to celebrate. Would I have jumped in? Yes, I would have. I would have told them, get off of them. No, ain't no way I would have let the stood there and watched them beat that brother. No, I wouldn't. Would I have been in my feelings because he was black and they was white? Yes, I would. I'm gonna keep it real. Would I have said it was right? No, I wouldn't. I would have defended it, and I would have felt like that even if it was all black jumping on a white guy who was just trying to do his job. I would tell him, say, me personally, I would have said, yo, man, don't do that. Don't jump on a guy like that. It's not necessary. Now, who say that I would have had enough courage to do that if I was right there? I'm talking about the way I feel, right or wrong. Let us also pay attention to everything that we do. I'm talking about in your everyday life. You got to make a decision. What do you do and what part do you play in everything that goes on? What happened yesterday when I was at the ice cream parlor? I take my hat off to the three white ladies who smiled at me. And me and my wife ended up having a real good conversation with them. And I really, really enjoyed the conversation. We were just talking about ice cream, but it was good enough for me. You know what happened? We went from 2 black people and 3 white people standing in line to 5 people having a conversation. That's what happened. And when me and my wife was leaving, we turned around and we said, enjoy your ice cream. And they said, you too. It was 5 people. The difference was it was 1 male and 4 females. How about that? The difference was I was taller and all the females were shorter, including my wife. How about that? The difference was the one white woman who smiled at me first, when I wasn't smiling at all, she brought a smile out of me. How about that? We're talking about whether it's right or wrong. Let's talk about that Alabama brawl. Let me say this. Don't celebrate anybody getting hurt. Don't celebrate anybody trying to take advantage of anybody. But let us celebrate the fact that some things need to be brought to our attention. Some things we need to focus on and be positive about. Some people may not like what I'm saying, and I know that we got a long way to go in this country because they still treating black people in a very, very disrespectful way. But if you look at that, look at the whole footage, watch how the black police was acting too. Look where they was targeting at first. They was so quick to go after the black people because you know why? They feel more comfortable doing that. You know why? Because of the way people have stereotyped things and the way that this country has been running. Now, when they knew that they had the right and there was enough witnesses, they start putting handcuffs on every one of them white folks did when they start pointing them out, right? And I know when they sat back and watched that footage, they start seeing white folks that slipped away. They end up when they got them. They saw that black man was doing his job, and they saw that those black people that came, they came because enough is enough. Don't make it like it's okay for you to abuse it, right or wrong. Right or wrong. Now, do I sound like I'm like a washing machine going back and forth? No. The fact is, I said right or wrong. Was it right for them to fight? No, it wasn't. Was it right for anybody to fight? No, it wasn't. Was it wrong for those black people to help that black man out? No, it wasn't. Was it wrong for them to say, yo, we're not gonna stand here and watch eight white people beat on 1 black man? Yo, it wasn't wrong for those black people to step in. But what is wrong is when we sit back and we start to thinking like we just won a battle. It was a brawl. It was a situation. People got hurt. Nobody won out of that. Nobody. You know what a win? What make us winners is when you go into the store that you speak to one another and smile. The next time when you're in line with another person who don't look the same color as you, did you smile and say, I hope you have a blessed day. or a black man open up the door for my, when I talk about some things and I'm talking about this is so funny. Have you ever seen some of the videos on TikTok where they got a black guy who's acting like he's blind and they got a white guy who's acting like he's blind? I'm gonna show you, right or wrong, just how we are in this country. So the white guy, he walks up and he'll put his hand and touch somebody, and what happened is uh a lot of the people help him. The black guy, a lot of them just push him away, right or wrong. Rachel says, I want to say happy birthday to my friend uh, Amara Salah. I'm hoping I'm saying her name. The founder of the Long COVID Association. Let's support her research. Study for haulers to have hope. Give a birthday donation to her link to make things happen. I'm proud to say my king and I are participating in her study. Okay. Hey, no problem, Rachel. No problem. I also want to see donations to people, right or wrong. you know, I want to see donations in these areas here as well. And if y'all, happy birthday to them. Much respect. Also, I want to see them support your magazine, and I want to see us move forward. We right or wrong, it's all over the place, man. We doing things. So, what I do ask people to do: go to YouTube, subscribe, send me some messages. You can send messages to Rodney G PTP at yahoo.com. Conversations that you want to talk about. We are doing some things. We still have the studio in Tyson Corner, 1934 Old Gallows Road. The intelligence office. Want to do a shout out to them. A place where if you want to do business, you want to go out and feel comfortable and being in a good environment. Guess what? You want to go there and check it out. Beautiful location. Also, another plug we're going to put in there. We got the coming up on October 22nd. I think it's 22nd. Yeah, October 22nd. We will be doing another networking mixer out there that's going to be powerful. It's going to be powerful. And it's going to be from 2 to 6 in the intelligence office, 1934 Old Gallows Road. Man, we have all kind of people in there, man. We have all kind of people in there doing some powerful things and networking. And we'd be talking about moving forward and doing the right things, getting rid of the wrong objectives around us so that we can have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed future together. And that's what people to people is all about. I've been trying to figure out what kind of information would I bring, what would I talk about. I talk about the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is the things that a lot of us don't want to really face. Black, white, Asian, it don't matter. Some of us got to deal with these things. We got hatred in areas at different levels that we got to get under control. We got to start putting people in offices and on programs and platforms where they're going to be talking about love and unity, not division. This world has gotten to that point. And I'm going to tell you something. When you really, really think about it, I don't think that's what God intended for us. I don't think that he intended for us to get on here and be hitting each other with chairs. I don't think that he intended for us to be walking around with some human having a chain on his neck and raping his sons and his daughters and things of that nature. I can tell you what I do believe. We all reap what we sow. And during the history of this country got a lot to pay for what it's done to many, many black people. Yes, they do. This country has to pay for it one way or the other. And I believe it will. But I don't think it's going to be by black people running around killing white people. And hopefully, the white folks used to do that with us. They did. But I hope that that don't come across their mind again. And I'm hoping that as we move forward, that we can actually be able to show love and support for one another. This people to people with Rodney Grimes. Yo, guess what? People to people, that's me, you, and them. Them being whoever you want them to be. Power to power. That power you possess, the power I possess, the power we possess together. Guess what that makes us? Positive thinking people. PTP. I love you. God bless you. And I hope you get it when I come on and understand that it's not just about me. It's not just about you, but it's all about us. You go, Rachel. Aha! Yes, you go, baby. I love it. Y'all want to get that information. Y'all want to get that information. Y'all want to get that information. The Queen Rachel. Let me see. Rachel creation. Okay. So I'm looking at this. Y'all got to mute because I, you know, I'm taking my eyes so messed up. I take my glasses off, my eyes start to close. I'll be trying to read the little letters, the letters all coming together. And then when I put my glasses on, y'all can see the reflection in here. And if I want to read, I gotta set back. So, but anyway, y'all get it. I ain't even tripping. It says Queen Rachel creation at gmail.com. Okay. So if you want to reach out to Rachel, email her at queenrachelcreation@gmail.com and ask her about the magazine and how do we support it and how can you get in it and be involved in it for this to be a successful project. I'm telling you, I'm just excited about it. Guess what? Look on the back. Yeah, that's people to people right there. Oops, let me go. Yeah, right there. Sure is. So you can advertise even on the magazine as well. It's other advertisement on the back, right? Beth Creations. Um, man, I'm telling you, this is amazing. Also, you got Angela Gomez on the back of there, and it looked like Angela has a telephone number on there, advertising executive. Was it Angela Gomez executive? I'm not quite sure what that is, but call it and find out. It's 1-602-461-4479. Find out what that's all about. Again, I can just tell you that the Queen Rachel, man, she's an amazing, amazing lady who's doing some amazing things. Beth Creations, powerful young lady doing baskets for all occasions. You can also get her on www.bethscreativebaskets.com. That's www.bethcreationbaskets.com. Let me tell you some of the best gift baskets you're going to ever want to get. And so you definitely want to check into that. And I'm just so excited. Hello? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed by the best.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So Queen Rachel, you saw? I mean, I'm loving our copy of the magazine.
I didn't know you were gonna go live to do this. I said, "What are you talking about?" Oh crap! Okay, I gotta come in and talk about this.
Yes.
I appreciate y'all. I really do.
No, we appreciate you. We appreciate the fact that you are still doing what you're doing. All these years I've known you, all you consistently do is try to help people. You are one of the queens that definitely walk around with a crown, unseen many times. And we just thank you for your blessing and the magazine. I'm just so pumped up about it. Yeah, I'll put it right back up here again. I'm excited about it. And it's called Start Healthy, right?
Yes, it's called Start Healthy, and I was blessed to get into this because of my family, and I wanted to share the story of long haul COVID to let people be educated that don't know about it. So in case any of their family members or anything get that, they'll know what to do. They can reach out to me and the following people I'm going to feature coming up in the next issues. So we have support groups and stuff. We have resources because the government had dropped the ball concerned about giving us the proper help. So we are defending for ourselves. So this is a way of sharing stories. And I say, you know what? If nobody else is coming to share my story, let me tell my own. And then when I reach out to the group, they will listen to them. They said, we need to share our stories to the governors and people out there. And this was my way of asking, can I share y'all's story? Reach out to me. I give you my questions. You address them. I put them in the main page that you see where mine was.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and those like you and Beth and Angela, all of y'all helped me doing the Who Am I? And that's why I feature you guys in the back.
Well. First of all, Rachel, I can honestly say this, and this ain't no plug for nothing. I keep it real. So when I come on here, I don't try to sugarcoat stuff. A lot of times I might get offend a few people, but sweetheart, you've been helping everybody. I've known you over 15 years now, going on 16. I met you once I met my wife. You and my wife are best friends. And I'm gonna tell you something. I've many times when we've been in situations, not only have you prayed for us or called and gave us support, but you sent money. You sent money for the program, for the people program. You talk to me and tell me things that you see I shouldn't do and the things I should do. You saw me and going in direction. So I'm not surprised of your magazine. I'm not. You should have did this a long time ago.
Man, I was blessed. That's all. I just have to be led because I don't consider myself as a writer. I consider myself as a storyteller. And when I spoke with the team, put this together, I told them, treat me like I'm their baby. They have to do me that way. And they did a good job.
Well, what I would ask, though, on your next issue, or one of them, I definitely want a spot in there where I'm going to be able to talk about the People podcast and how we're moving forward and what our agenda is for the DMV. So I don't know what I need to do. Maybe I need to fix you some shrimp and grits or something. I don't know. That's healthy. Look, that's healthy. That's healthy eating, ain't it?
You ain't right.
But and so also, so Rachel, how much is the magazine and how do the people get it?
Okay, well, the thing is this, I printed limited copies, so pre-copies, they want to do an order, it's $10. They email me, let me know they have an interest in it, and I can send them the information. That's how they can get it. I'm doing like 7 copies a year to give me a time enough to get the stories together every other month.
Okay, well, let's figure out, how we can network with one another, so that we can get it when you get more than 7 copies a year.
Yeah, so I'm putting all the links together. It's in the magazine of the pages they go to. That's why you see what do you call it, little code?
Yes, them scan codes.
Yeah, it'll take them to become a patron, and patron got memberships in there. So that's what I started over again for support. And they get digital magazines. It's not the same as the original right there.
Right.
But they want the original is $10. The digital is free.
Right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out moving forward. That's what we do with the People podcast. We support one another. We try to get in there. I tell you, man, this is not an easy process. I know this took you a little while to get together, and it wasn't easy, especially with the things that you've been dealing with. With the situation with COVID and all that, and all the health issues. But let me also say this. You're a powerful woman. Because I'm going to tell you something, sweetie. If they knew your story, they would be sitting back saying, please, please share more information with us. Because you have come through. And I just want to tell you, thank you, babe. I appreciate you so much. Rachel, we ran over. I started late, and now I done went over my time. And so,
it's okay. Let's
Hey, let me tell y'all something. Hey, I ought to turn the whole camera around and Lady Z just stick your head back in here. Go and do it again. Go ahead. Go ahead. She just had to stick her head in there and say hi. Let y'all know she ain't far off, right?
Good, thank you, ZZ.
Hey, look, man.
I love you, Rachel. I love you, bestie.
I love you too.
Hey, man, I tell you, this is what people to people about, man. This is all about. We keep it real, man. You know, this is all about. You know, I'm just saying. That's why even with some of the stuff that I've been talking about, it's all about is just dealing with the real reality of things. Rachel, I love you, baby. Again, before I get off, I got to get off. But guess what? I'm showing the magazine again, and this is the Queen Rachel's magazine, and it's called Start Healthy. I'm excited about it. Again, we advertised on the back. I like that part. Oops, I'm trying to.
Hold up the barcode like in the front.
Okay, let me. Okay.
Barcode so they can scan it.
Okay, yeah, there goes. So if you can wait a minute, let me get it so that it there. Wait a minute.
It's like the first page. You flip over the first page, you can see it more clearly.
Okay, hold this right there for a minute. Let me get that. We got the barcode. Oh yeah, we doing what we got to do. Wait a minute, I got to show somebody something else. Guess what? It was personally. Hold on, let me see. See that personal autograph to.
Oh yeah.
To Rodney and Zena, and you see that barcode? Look at that barcode. See if you can get that. See if you can get that. There you go, right there. Y'all see that? Yeah. See if you can scan it.
Get your phones out and scan it.
Scan it. Let's support this magazine. Let's make this happen. Support this magazine.
Yeah, become a patron.
Become a patron. Let's. You know what it all comes down to? It all comes down to supporting one another. And you know what? Sometimes I could be on here and it'd be maybe one person or two people with it watching.
Yeah, it only takes that.
But guess who one of them be? Queen Rachel.
That's right.
I'm telling you.
I would share it just like, I was sharing about a mirror. Man, that's a show by itself, Rodney. That's a show for the future about what she's doing for us here in the USA.
Well, hey, maybe we can get it that I can do an interview with her. And so let's make that happen. Again, Rachel, I gotta cut it short, baby. I gotta get out of here because I got some
love everybody.
And guess what? I got my baby put some apple pie with some ice cream.
I've heard that. So I'm gonna cook my apple pie with some pecan in it, some pumpkin seeds, and get my what is that, butter pecan ice cream.
Hey, look, I was sitting here and I wanted to just dive into it. My ice cream was melting. So every now and then they probably saw my head bend over. I love you, baby. Love you. That's Rachel Pope, the queen Rachel. We love you, baby. Again, remember about her magazine. And it's called Start Healthy. One of my friends, Horace Williams, he's a excellent a trainer, helping people get themselves back in shape. 70 years old, man. Look like he about 45, right? And you know what he always tell me when he talked to me? He said, Rodney, your health is your wealth. And his friend, Maria Price Hughes, right? Maria, another one. When we're talking about mental health and things of that nature, we got a colleague, Kareem, who's out here what is called Lesson Learned. We got Demetria, Goody, The Good Fight, Beth Creation. We got so many people in different areas. We got TEP Entertainment, the TEP TV. And, it's just amazing, all these individuals who supporting and moving in the direction. I just see Maria's in there. Hello, baby. See, you know what I love? I didn't even know she was watching. I keep it real. because I'm a supporter of us all. You know what I mean? And the people that I see that's moving and they sincere in their heart to helping people, man, I just give shout out and love to them, man. And Maria, I love you so much, babe. You and Horace, man, I'm watching you. I saw you working out the other day, girl. You showing off. Keep doing it. Also, got to get you set up to be on the show. Shout out to Tep Entertainment, Tep TV on Roku. Also, please go on the Roku and check out Tep TV. I'm telling you, man, we got so many people trying to do some things. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. We just trying to live. We trying to enjoy life. You know, they say the longer you live, the more people you're going to see die. But guess what? The longer you live, the more people you're going to see living too. You're going to see more people striving to make a better way. I was watching something on television. RuPaul was showing his home, and RuPaul said, why not enjoy this life? This is a blessing. Why not do that? So guess what? That's what we have to do. We got to keep trying to enjoy life. Go and check out these individuals who you see their flyers on my pages, on my flyers. I put them on there for a reason, for you to find out what they're doing. That's not just for decoration. And believe it or not, we got Mark Durrett that got a clothing line. He was on the other day. This brother, man, and the good quality stuff. You know what I mean? Good quality. Look him up on Facebook, Mark Durrett. Look him up on Facebook. I'm talking about, again, these people, when I call out these names, you can check them out and find out, man, they mean business and they mean good business. Again, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I keep saying that. I started late, so I was able to run a little late, get that hour in. I want to tell you I love you. Peace and blessings to you. Hey, the topic today was Alabama Brawl. Right or wrong? Yo, go back and check out Motivation Monday's program on YouTube. Go on there. You can go on LinkedIn and see it as well. And you can go on my Facebook page and see it as well. And I send peace and blessings to everybody. We don't have to brawl. We can hug one another. We can show love. I think that's better than, hitting somebody with a chair. What you think?